It's a Monday afternoon, and that means it's time for another round of our Big Brother Hotshots Hangout. Today we are hanging out with Frankie, who was voted out of the competition, or out of Africa's most watched house at the weekend. It's good to see you, but it's not good to see you. How are you doing, Frankie?
Man, I'm doing terrific. That's all I can say, man. I'm very good.
Okay, well, we've got lots of questions to get through this afternoon.
Let's do it.
Let's get going. Frida, are you there? Okay, we'll go to our GoTV correspondents this afternoon, Bootle and Khotso. How are you guys?
Good and you?
Good.
Hello, Frankie.
Hey, how you doing?
Good.
That's right.
Okay, so Frankie, the first question for you, if you had won, obviously now that you're out, but if you had won the money, what would you have done with it?
If I had the money?
If you'd won the money, what would you
do? Oh, yeah. I believe in education. And the fact that my background was really kind of troubled with the fact that my parents could not really afford to take me to good schools. But at the end of the day, I really managed to do it. Took myself through university. And yeah, I think I really wanted to play a significant role in constructing a school in my grandmother's village, and probably do more things to help street kids and just kids who have no chance to go to school or they don't have the scholastic years. So I was really focused on that, and on top of that, I really wanted to do something beautiful for my parents. So really in the like my dad is 67. He's a teacher at a plumbing school. So I think I really wanted to do something, probably construct a house for them so they could just sit back and probably, enjoy the freshness and the goodness of being good parents. So that was basically my focus, and then focus more on the music.
Well, it's not too late. You can still build it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Even if you didn't win the 300,000, you take this platform and you fly with it.
Absolutely.
So let's see from there. Mo and Sipilile, we'll go to you.
Okay, Frankie, do you think something would have developed between you and Ella had you stayed in the house a bit longer?
Sorry, say that again?
Do you think something would have developed between you and Ella in the house if you'd stayed a little bit longer?
You know what? Ella was like I say, she's a beauty queen, first of all, and she was my neighbor. Like she was like every time I woke up in the morning, she's the first person that I saw. When she was applying cream on her body, like sometimes I would look at her doing her thing. And I really told her the whole thing. I was like, you know what, I do have a crush on you. That was the very first week. And but then as days go by, you get to see, you're like, okay, something's not right here. You know what I mean? You get to see some of the things that, because once I fall for somebody, I just want to fall flat. I don't want to fall for you and then a couple of days later, I really wanted to take my time and see how things were going. But the last conversations that we had, I did not think that something was going to come out. So I kind of had to in a friend zone, and she didn't like it, but that's how it is. And she's one of those hardest persons to understand. Like I could definitely, for the last 5 weeks, I tried to really study her, but I could never understand her. So that I don't think it was actually gonna.
So nothing more would have to be with you guys.
Trust me.
You were good with me. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if Frida's back with us. Frida, you there? No, we seem to be having problems with Frida. Okay, I've got a question in front of me. She says, Ella versus Khoitsi. Who would you go for given the chance?
You know what? Given a chance, I don't know, man. I don't think I would go for any. Yeah, because we were you look at a person in their face. Everybody was hot. They were so hot. Like Khoitsi had something going around. Like I really liked her sense of style and the fact that she had something really selfishly sexy about her. That's the line that I used on her, because when you see her for the first time, you're like, yeah, she's cool. But then when you talk to her more, you're like, wow, she blows you away. She blows you away. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And but every time I try to jump in with a question, there's a specific answer I would always look for, and I didn't get that. So, like, so I don't know, man. I don't know. Like, we were there, and I had the opportunity to really. But even there's a time we had a big conversation, and I don't know. And she actually told me the same thing. She said, "You know what, Frankie, you are very like this. You're really closed off from
tunnel vision.
Yeah, you are just like this."
Okay.
And that's me probably based on my past experience and the fact that I'm going through divorce. So, you know what? I don't know. I just wanted to really, I wanted to be me.
Okay.
Yeah, but given a chance, I think. I don't know, man. I don't know.
You're not sure.
I'm not quite sure.
We'll leave it there.
They probably have their answers too. Like Ayla talked to me, say, "I don't think you and I would really do something." Yes, and I was like, "Okay, cool."
Okay. Khotso and Buzle, got another question?
Okay, Frankie. Someone asked that now. A lot of women have been evicted out of the house, right? And the person wants to know which particular woman, female or lady, were you said to see leave the house?
Okay, so a lot of the ladies left the competition very early in the game.
Yeah.
Were there any ones in particular who you were sad to see go so early?
You know what? Matches we were close. We were in the same house together. I saw them as competitors. You know what I mean? So anytime somebody left, I was like, okay, cool. You know, my turn is coming. So I don't. And honestly, I was. It's not like I was really sad or whatever, but I knew I had to play my game. But I'm trying to be frank here. I don't think I was really sad seeing anybody leave.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fair enough. That's a good enough answer.
Yeah, because it was a competition, okay. So anytime anybody left, I was like, yeah, you know. Yeah, so much as when I left, they're like, yeah, he's gone. That's the way it is. We are hot shots. We don't need time to fake it. You know what I mean?
But then if you had a soft spot for one of the ladies who left the competition, irrespective of the strategy in the game, who would it be? Anyone? If there's no one, it's cool.
You know what? No one.
No one?
Yeah.
There you go. Hope that answers your question. Mo and Sipilile, let's go back to you.
Hi, Frankie.
Hi.
You and Tayo had like a fight, you know, like a couple of weeks back, and
yes.
How did you guys like get over? Because you guys are like, you know, you're tight now. How did you get over that hump? Like, do you have a beer, or you know how guys are?
Yeah. So this is the thing. The very first week, Tayo and I had like he was making fun of me all the time because I could not draw, and you know, so him making fun of me went on forever. But then I had to put him aside and say, you know what, dog, just stop this. And he saw the seriousity in my face, if that English happens. He saw that, yeah, he saw that I was now getting serious. So that was a Monday. Then on a Wednesday, he made fun of my countrymate, Arthur, saying that his jokes were whack, whatever. So I took him aside and said, you know what? You don't mess around with anybody's talent. You are nobody to judge, you know what I mean? And this was coming straight from a person who has been struggling to be a singer, to be a model, to be an actor. I know what it is to be, what you go through to prove your point. And Arthur had actually gone through the same thing. He's struggling to be an actor, stand-up comedian or something like that, and somebody's making fun of him. To me, I thought that was disrespectful. So we had a one-on-one, and then, but on the other hand, I was still studying him. Much as he was very vocal, but I was still studying him. Everybody was really, he said, he's nasty, he's whatever. But I really wanted to get to know him on a personal level. So after that altercation, we shook hands, we said sorry, because we were in the same group. So I wanted to, you know, to be in good terms with him.
Yeah.
The fact that we had, yeah.
Challenge.
Yeah. So after that, because everybody was really dishing him out, like trying to interact with him, but I really wanted to interact with him to get to know why exactly he's acting like that. But guess what? I came to realize that this guy is an incredible person. He has his faults, he has his ups and downs, but when you really get to know him on a personal level, like he told me stories when he was growing up, like how he was broke and his parents, whatever. These are stories when you have that attitude, you don't tell stories like that, to especially a stranger. But he opened up to me and told me a few stories of his life, and to me I was like, wow, because that's the kind of person that I am. When I trust you, I tell you a bit about me. So when he told me a bit about himself, I thought maybe this is a good guy. But when after 2-3 glasses of wine or tequila, he would lose it. But that's everybody's thing, right? No, not everybody, but that's how everybody has. Yeah. And then 2 weeks later, he also did the same thing. So this is when we got into like a real big fight. That's when I threatened to break his neck and whatever, because he said he was gonna fight in my face. I was like, man, I'll break your neck if you do that, because I thought we were joking. So when I said I was gonna break his neck, I was definitely joking. I cannot do that. That's not the kind of person that I am. Being a father, but I just wanted to, prove a point. Do this, right? So, but he took it personal. But then we ended up, shaking hands, and that's it. I was studying him. I could see he's such a nice guy, but he has his side. He has his side, which is not really cool. Even the last Friday when he went and drowned, and I didn't like it, but I knew he's doing it just because he's a little bit drunk, and he's not doing it just because he's trying to be bad. But I took him aside. He was mad, and, so but he's really a nice guy, and I really. Oh, yeah, he was my close friend. Yeah.
All right. Let's see if Nos is there. Nos, are you with us?
Yeah.
Welcome.
I finally got it.
Good stuff. Okay, let's.
I probably missed too much.
We'll take your question.
I don't know what hasn't been asked. Oh, my main question is about Tayo. I think you're just answering that when I called.
Yeah. Yeah, we've just touched on Tayo, but we can ask. I liked your question about the oldest statesman in the house.
Yeah, that's my other question. Like, do you feel like the elder statesman in the house because you're older than the other people? Like, do you feel like any responsibility or anything?
To be honest, I don't see age as a limitation. To be honest, if that was the age, then I would have been evicted the very first week. You know what I mean? But the fact that I was there I've been able to stand for the last 5 weeks. For 5 weeks, I think that was something tremendous. But of course, much as yes, you could see, most of them are youngsters. They're 20s. I'm 33. I've had my share of messing around. And at the age of 33, I've been able to get a lot of things in line. So, and I'm a father too, right? So sometimes they would make fun of me, and I'm like, yeah, that's cool, But honestly, if you take a look at it, I was the most laid-back person when it comes to making fun of me. You know what I mean? So I really wanted to give them a chance to really, just for them to open up to me because I'm older than them. You know what I mean? Just to give them that free zone, just to interact. And on top of that, I think my strategy was pretty good because much as they made fun of me, but I had a boundary. You don't cross that boundary. And I also don't cross your boundary just because you are younger. There's no way I could look down on you just because you're younger. So I think we were so good. Mm-hmm.
Okay, Frida, let's see if you're there with us.
Yes, I'm here. Can you hear me?
We can hear you. Go for it.
Great. Hey, Frankie. I wanted to ask, now that both you and Arthur are out of the house, who would you rather take the money home? What country?
You know what? Right now, it's too early to judge. Yeah, it's too early to judge. But Butterfly is a very strategic person. and people really don't see that. You know what I mean? And she's very cool. She's a single parent. You know, I didn't even know that she had kids until like the third week. I'm like, whoa, you got kids? And to me, she was really, you know, laid back. I think she would do a lot with that money. You know, not because she's my friend or anything. I think she really deserves that. She's not fake. When she has a point, I hate fakeness. That's why I was always like on the point. She's like one of those people you don't like when she tells you, hey, you won't go around and tell you know why this is me. I think based on the fact that she's a single mother, I'm a single mother, so I understand the whole project, you know. And the fact that she's real, she's not fake, and she has been consistent in everything that she's been doing. I think, man, you know, if she took that money, I would be happy. You know, I'll be definitely so happy for her.
Okay, cool. Well, we look forward to seeing if that is the case. You know, it's going to be the highest of the hot shots.
Yeah.
Let's see what happens. So, what's next?
Frankie's gonna go down to like I'm back to business, man. I'm back to business. I'm going to be releasing a whole bunch of songs, and that's it. I think I need to see my son. You know, I need to see my son first, and then we're gonna go back to business. And you never know. Next year I may come and probably perform for Big Brother. Yay!
Okay, cool. And then just to wrap it up, how do we follow you on the social networks?
Oh yeah, Frank is very easy. It's Frank Rukundo on Facebook, which is Frank, and Rukundo is simple. Rukundo. Frank Rukundo. I'm the most handsome guy on that. There's a whole bunch of them, but I'm the most handsome. Just
all right, okay, that sounds good.
And on Instagram, it's the same thing, Frank Rukundo. It's written as one word. And then on Twitter, it's Frankie Joe Vibes. Boom! And then we go from there.
There you go. So if you want to keep up to date with everything that's happening in Frankie's life, then go follow him on all of those social networks.
That's right.
And if you want to make sure that your housemate is evicted and sitting with us every single Monday, then you need to go to bigbrother.dstv, bigbrotherafrica.dstv.com and vote for your favorite housemate. There's also a whole bunch of news, videos, exclusive stuff there, so go and check it out. Otherwise, channel 197 and 198 on DStv, and we will catch you back in just a little bit for another hangout with Ramit. Frankie, it's been awesome. All the best. We will see you very soon.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Bye, Frank.